All right. We gonna learn today. We are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 3 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. It is the 28th of January, 2025 right now. This, I believe, is the last stream of the first month of the year right now. Wagwan, people, wagwan. All right, let me switch over to this screen and just chat to y'all for a little bit. Excuse me. But yeah, how's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday evening? You know, I got no sleep. I think I know what caused it. I don't want to say I know for sure, but I have a pretty decent idea of what caused my lack of sleep. I said I got no sleep. That's not accurate. I slept for about 3 or 4 hours or something like that. I got very little sleep is what I should be saying. And yeah, I think I know what caused it. I typically don't drink coffee after 12 o'clock midday, right? 12 o'clock, 12 midi. 12 à midi. I usually don't drink coffee after that. But yesterday I did. I actually had a coffee at, I think it was 1 p.m. 1 p.m. was that? And I know it's only an hour, but I'm thinking that might have something to do with why I got so little sleep. It sounds a bit weird. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that had nothing to do with it, but I'm thinking that might do. So maybe go back to not drinking coffee after 12, at least for a while. But I'm doing okay now. I'm not too tired. Well, I don't feel it right now, I should say. I am pretty exhausted, but I'm not feeling it at the moment. I think my adrenaline's up a little bit, so I'm not feeling it so much. But yeah, that's been pretty much my day. So I didn't. I was supposed to do some cab work today, and I just thought, you know what, it's not safe for me to be feeling this tired. It's not safe. So I didn't do that. But yeah, man's got to figure out next move in that. I'm still waiting for my license to be renewed. My license expiring soon. In fact, it's expiring tomorrow. So and it looks like the renewal's not going to come through before then. Oh wow. Not a bad thing. It just is what it is. Hopefully it doesn't take too long though. But hey. But you know what? I think I mentioned this last week that I've been looking into like investments and stocks and trying to learn more about the stock market and shares and things like that. And I come across this video where this guy's talking about how if you invest just $20 a day, and if you can't afford to invest $20 a day, then it's either a budgeting issue or, you know, a job issue where you need to get a higher paying job. And technically, he's not wrong. not exactly wrong on technically, but I think the truth is $20 a day is a lot of money for a lot of people. I mean, at least when you convert it to British money, because $20 is about, what is $20 actually? Let me see. I think it's about 16, 17 pounds. Let me see here. See here. $20 equals, if we even let me know. It's taking ages to convert this. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's about 16 pounds. I mean, 16 pounds per day is, I mean, I guess it's doable, right? If you really, you know, cut things down. But it's every day. It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. But here's the thing, though. You don't need that much money every day. Like, you could probably get away with it. In fact, I reckon you could do something like £1 a day. You know, you can probably start investing with just £1 a day. Now, granted, of course, you're not going to make as much money as if you did do £20 a day or whatever. But even £1 a day, and you could start and you can get somewhere, and you put it into some good stocks, then you can do okay with it. You know, you can do okay with it. So sometimes it's about smart investments, not just big investments, you know. But yeah, what else? What else? I think that's been pretty much my week. Just watching investment videos, learning more about the stock market, learning more about investment and how to make good investments. And I got WWE on over on the other screen. But yeah, man, that's been my week. But yeah, I do want to make that video. Hopefully, I'll be able to make that video soon about how to start investing when you don't have much money or know much about investing. I feel like I need to know a little bit more myself before I make the video. I think I'm up just about ready though. I do feel there's, I don't want to say I've learned enough. I mean, there's always more you can learn, right? But I do feel like I've learned a good amount to be able to make the video. But yeah, I want to leave it maybe a little bit longer, hopefully in the coming days or so, and that'll be ready. Next week, by the way, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming next week. In fact, there's a very high possibility I would not be. I have a friend coming over to coming to visit. That person does not live in the United. No, what am I saying? It doesn't live in London. It doesn't live in my city. So old school friend coming to visit. So gonna try and make time for her. But yeah, unfortunately that means that I might not be streaming next week. But I'll try and let you guys know a bit more of a confirmation, if you will, maybe a bit nearer to the day if I can, inshallah. Let me ask you guys something actually. So there's this guy apparently. Let me see if I can find it. Artist sneaks pictures of people's phone screens. I think this is it. Oh, gotta do all this stuff. Okay, just reject all. Cool. Your window is closing. Don't lose these views. Okay, whatever. Oh, I don't think this is it, actually. This ain't it. Or maybe it is it. Maybe it is it. 2017 photographer who was take pictures in New York street life. Early. Okay, this might be it. or something similar anyway. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that there's this photographer who went around New York, and he was sneaking pictures of people's phone screens, like what you see on the like this bit here on the right hand side of the screen. I don't know if they've got any more pictures, but it was basically just sneaking pictures of oh, you gotta sign up to keep reading. And so let me see if I can find it. I did comment on the oh, let me like that real quick. Let me like that real quick. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is it. So yeah, the photographer spent 2 years sneaking photos of people's phones. So it basically just like went around New York and sneakily took pictures of people's phone screens. Now, in fairness, he did hide their identities in the published photos. But it's like that to me is not art. That is just an invasion of privacy. Like I won't click on the rest of these because I ain't trying to blare up people's business. But I did comment on that, just saying like this is not art. Invasion of privacy is not art. It's just creepy. But yeah, that's mad. Like what gets called arts these days? I mean, it's not even I guess it's not even new that the art world's kind of been a bit for a long time now. But certainly in I guess in recent times, I guess people feel the need to be more outrageous or more provocative or whatever. But yeah, that to me is just not cool, man. Like you're taking pictures of people's private conversations without their permission, sneakily, literally without their permission, and then publishing it. And even though, yeah, you're hiding their names and their identities and stuff, it's like, okay, but the people who know them might still know what's going on, and that might not necessarily be things for other people to see that you just put it out there. Like, so to me, that's just not okay at all. That's not okay in the slightest. Let me check this girl though. I like her video. She's funny. Okay. Whoop, there it is. Yeah, mate. The songs we listened to back in the day and not realize how mad they were, like whether they were just super inappropriate or their songs was quite deep actually. Like Hanson, remember Hanson, Man, that song was deep, talking about like the people, be around the people you really care and who people really care, because in the end they're the only ones that are going to be there. And it's like, yo, But yeah. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Um, something about something. But yeah, like the madness that we were listening to, and we just did not realize how crazy some of these lyrics were. Like, some of them were just really, really deep, and we just didn't know. So we were just all dancing along and like not even just think it's some fun song. And it's like, nah, this song was like mad deep, and a way like some of these other songs where it's like they're talking about some raw, like, I mean, doing all kinds of, let me not even say it, but damn, man, like Janet Jackson songs, yo. Janet was raw back in the day, man. We just didn't notice. We just did not notice. Oh, never heard Prince's rendition of Michael Jackson's Bad. All right, that's man, you know, the stories that come out about celebrities, you know, after they've passed could be crazy. Like, I mean, this story about the Prince, Michael Jackson, you know, Bad, I think that was relatively well known. What I didn't know, I don't know how well known this is, but apparently Prince recorded his a rendition of the song, his own version of the song, and apparently it was really good, at least according to this lady. And then Prince just went, yeah, and deleted it. I was like, okay, okay. I guess very few people in the world would have heard that version of the song, and that's how it's going to be. That is crazy, but man, the way celebrities live, or where these celebrities lived anyway, like they were on something. Like they were. I mean, I guess there's ego, there's pride, but there's also like integrity, and there's probably all kinds of things are going through a decision like that. Maybe some good reasons, maybe some bad reasons. I guess we'll never really know. But oh well, oh well. Yeah. All right, let's check this out. Yo, what up, Al? AE and the place to be. Man, that's some good advice, though. That's some good advice. So apparently, what happened with Keke Palmer when she was 14 years old? She was in the set with Ice Cube, and he said to her, "Look, you're a beautiful young lady. You're growing into a beautiful young. You're growing into a beautiful young woman. And I see how you're nice to everybody. But you need to know who you are and protect yourself, because how you see, what's she say? How you see yourself isn't necessarily how other people see you." I might need to watch it again to get advice, but it was good advice. It was good advice. Yo, what up, Aldo? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming through. How was you? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream on this Tuesday evening. What's up, Guanin? What's been happening in Allen World as of late? Doing good. Just finished the live stream. I was playing Gran Turismo 7. Okay. Man, Gran Turismo 7. I've not played Gran Turismo 7. I think the last Gran Turismo game I played was like 2 or 3. Like, I've not played a Gran Turismo game for a long time, actually. A very, very long time. But yeah, 2 or 3. I know the first Gran Turismo game I played a lot. Like the very first Gran Turismo game, I played that I spent here we go. This is the one. This is the one. But yeah, I played it so much. Like, I would say it was the first racing game that I really liked, because before that, most racing games I played, or pretty much every racing game I played, I didn't really like much. You know, I might have played it a little bit for a little while and did a few races, whatever, but I never really got into it. Like Gran Turismo from 1997 was the first racing game that I really got into, that I really was like, yo, I actually like this game a lot, to the point where I'm playing it over and over again and just like going through all the missions and all the things you got to do. But I think 2 came out and I just wasn't into it as much, and 3 I think I played a little bit of and I wasn't into it as much. But yeah, it's been a while. I haven't played GT, excuse me, for years. The last one I played was GT4 back on the PS2. Let's see, when was Gran Turismo 7 then? Gran Turismo 7, when was this released? 2000. This is 2022, a couple of years ago. Well, 3 years ago, almost now. March 2022, so almost 3 years ago. Speaking of GTA, though, I know I said GTA by mistake, but speaking of GTA, did you hear the news that GTA 6 could potentially cost $100? Did you hear that news, that it could potentially cost $100? It's not confirmed that it will, right? That's not an official price, but there's a possibility, and I guess a rumor, that Grand Theft Auto 6, by the time it comes out, could be $100. And for context, games in America, brand new AAA games in America right now, I believe cost around $60 to $70. Let me see here. What do AAA games cost in USA? $70. There you go. $70. You can't see it on your screen, but yeah, $70. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6 could potentially cost. That's a $30 markup if that's true. I ain't paying 90 odd quid for that. You wouldn't. Here's the thing though, it is about 90 quid, isn't it? Let's see. $100. I can't even type right now. $100 in Great British pounds. Well, actually, it's £80. It's 80. You don't have to pay 90. Alan, it's £80 and 36 pence. Would you pay £80 and 36 pence for Grand Theft Auto 6? I have an answer for this, but I want to hear what you say first. Would you pay £80 and 36 pence for Grand Theft Auto 6? There's already been, I guess, a lot of angry opinions about the potential cost of this game already. So it waits to be seen. You're not paying 80. even 80 is too much. Okay. Here's the thing. This is how I feel about it, and I recognize that my opinion is going to be, or is likely to be, in the minority. But I mean, I don't consider myself a hardcore GTA fan. I don't. I mean, I like GTA games, at least the ones I've played, I've enjoyed. There's been a few that I weren't as into, but mostly I've enjoyed GTA as a game series. And in terms of would I pay? Yeah, what up, Earthshake? In fact, before I answer this, let me ask you, Earthshake. How you doing? Appreciate you coming through. But I have a question for you, Earthshake. Before I have an answer myself. I think you might know what I'm about to say, but that's the way I just preambled it. But Earthshake, I'm not that into GTA, to be honest, either. Earthshake, would you pay $100 or the equivalent of $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6? Grand Theft Auto 6 could potentially cost $100. So would you pay that in your currency, the equivalent of that in your currency for Grand Theft Auto 6? That's my question. Alan already said no. I haven't quite said my answer yet. But what are you saying, Earthshake? Would you pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6? It's a tough one, or is it? It's possibly the biggest game of the year by the time it comes out, possibly. It's likely to be a very good game. I mean, in terms of all the time and energy and effort they've put into it, it's likely to be possibly the best Grand Theft Auto game yet, possibly. I won't say it will be, of course, we don't know until it comes out. It might be complete garbage at form, you know, right? I'm good. How are you? I'm sorry, headphones cut the sound off. I'm in plan to buy another one. What was the question? Okay, so the question was, would you pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6? $100 or the equivalent of that in your country's currency? I ain't gonna lie, I'm not sure what country you're from. But would. Okay, so you got a resounding yes. You got a resounding yes. Okay, so why would you? And maybe see if you can convince Alan to pay $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6. So Earthshake, why do you think GTA 6 is going to be worth $100? And now, after that, the question is, do I agree with Alan or do I agree with Earthshake? We're half and half now. But we got one no, we got one yes. In fact, actually, I didn't even ask Alan. So you said no, Alan. Why no? You said wait, I think I missed something. Haze, you wouldn't pay 20 quid for a game, so I think I already know your answer. You will never convince me to pay that for a game. Is it just the price itself that you think is too much? Or you just think Grand Theft Auto specifically just isn't worth that much? Or do you just feel like any game, no matter how good it is, no game is worth that much? Is that how you're feeling? Because all the hype and waiting, they didn't let us wait that much for a bullshit game, and they will make it good. I hope so. Well, we'll all hope so. We're all hoping for a good game. Like, I mean, there's definitely been a lot of hype around it. All right, here's my answer. And Alan, you're right in that I barely pay 20 quid for games these days. I think the most I've paid for a game in recent years is like £5 or something like that in recent times. However, I would pay that much for Grand Theft Auto 6. I actually would. The only thing that I think would stop me from paying that much is the fact that it's not going to be on PC in the beginning. It's only on consoles, and I don't want to buy a PS5 or an Xbox for it. But if it's on PC, if it gets released on PC at $100 or £80 as the equivalent, I would for Grand Theft Auto 6. And here's the thing, like I said, I'm not a hardcore GTA fan. Like I've played a few. I think some of them have been amazing, and I've played a few where I thought they were just meh. But I feel like this particular one is going to be worth it. Now, that being said, I don't think all games are going to be worth it. And one of the things about the $100 price tag is that it might give other game developers the thinking that they could also charge $100 for their games, and that's a resounding no. That's a resounding no. I think for Grand Theft Auto 6, personally, I think $100 would be a bargain. That's my feeling about it. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but my current feeling is that that game is going to be worth $100 and then some. And because of that, I would pay $100 for that, or £80 for that game. But I would say it's not likely, just because it's not being released on PC, at least not right away. And I think by the time it gets released on PC, hopefully it'd be cheaper. Because I mean, just because I would do it, don't mean I want to do it. Let me be clear on that fact. Just because I would, don't mean I want to. I would rather pay much less for that. But honestly, I feel like from what I know about this game and for what I know about GTA in general, I personally believe that Grand Theft Auto 6 would be worth it and then some. But hey, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think this game is one of the most weighted games in the world. No, for sure. I mean, it's been, over 10 years at this point. Grand Theft Auto 5 was 2013. So yes, over 10 years. And by the time GTA 6 comes out, you might be looking at 12 years in between GTA 5 and GTA 6. So yeah, definitely one of the most waited on, anticipated games probably since Duke Nukem Forever. But apparently that I never played Duke Nukem Forever, but apparently nobody liked that game. So let's see, how long was Duke Nukem Forever in development? 14 years and 44 days. Okay, so Duke Nukem Forever was in development for 14 years and 44 days. Let's see what the Metascore on Duke Nukem Forever was. Actually, it's not too bad. It's a 7 out of 10 on Steam. Okay, it's better than I thought it was, because I remember hearing people saying that they didn't like it. But it's not too bad a score, 7 out of 10. But yeah, you're talking about one of the most anticipated, waited on games since Duke Nukem Forever. And hopefully it doesn't go the way of Duke Nukem Forever. But well, that waits to be seen. Yeah, the price is way too high, especially for a game that I might play for a little while, then put it apart and forget it. Oh no, I hear that. It's just time to play games, right? the time you have to play games is so limited. I've already got PS5. I won't buy an Xbox or PS5 for it. We waited that much. We can wait until they put on PC. Well, that's how I'm thinking about it as well. If you're going to wait this long anyway, I might as well wait a little bit longer for the PC. I don't want to buy a console for a game because then I'm spending what, £300-400 on a console plus £100 nearly on a game. That's stretching it a bit. That's stretching it a bit. So yeah, I think I'll just wait till it's on PC. Hopefully we'll still be alive by the time it comes out on PC. Bloody hell, man. 12 years already, so 11 years almost. I think after a while it won't be $100. Oh, for sure. I mean, games will always come down in price eventually, especially in the digital forum when, I mean, GTA 5, I think you could get for like £20 now or something like that. In fact, speaking of GTA 5 came out initially in 2013. So yeah, it's more than 10 years. It's September 2013, so a little over 10 years now. It would have been about £40-50 when it came out. One sec, let me put some fake age in here real quick. Here's a thing. Okay, it's on sale right now for £15. Considering this game came out more than 10 years ago, £15 on sale, it's held its value quite well, when you could think about it. I mean, granted, that's the premium edition. I don't know if they're just doing a regular edition anymore, but you get a little bit more extra or something with it. But it's held its value pretty well over 11, years or so. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like GTA 6 could be, I could be wrong, but I feel like it could be worth the $100. If all game developers start charging $100 at 80 quid, that could be the end of gaming industry because I don't think people would want to keep it. No, for sure. Definitely not. And that's the issue, isn't it? That's the issue that I see is that people like EA and Ubisoft might think they're okay to charge, $100, £80 for like a Assassin's Creed game. And it's like, no, you're not that good. Like Ubisoft are not there. You know what I mean? Like Ubisoft make decent games, but no way are their games worth that amount of money. Like not even close. Like their games are barely worth the £40, £50. They're not that 100. They're definitely not talking in $100 market. Absolutely not. But yeah, they might try it. If GTA do it and it works, they might try it. And but for me, I feel like GTA 6 could be the one game that's worth it. Other games, I don't think so. I got Duke Nukem on Xbox. Hey, how is Duke Nukem then? What was your verdict on it? Do you think a 7 out of 10 is accurate? Search Rockstar Story, Ox Chat GPT. What do you think about GTA 6? All right, let's see here. All right, Chat GPT. We're gonna say hello. Always gonna say hello. Can I ask your opinion on GTA 6 potentially costing $100? With all we know about GTA 6, which admittedly isn't much, and also all we know about Rockstar games in general, do you think GTA 6 would be worth $100 for the possible gaming fun and value it might provide? Or do you think $100 is just too much? Okay, so that's my question to ChatGPT. Let's see what ChatGPT says about this. Okay, so let's break this down. What we know about GTA 6. Rockstar's track record. Rockstar Games is known for producing high quality, expensive, and detail-rich games like GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2. Both games have provided hundreds of hours of gameplay for many players, making them feel like excellent value for money. Rumored features. Although not much is confirmed, leaks and speculation suggest GTA 6 will have a massive open world, possibly spanning multiple cities, enhanced realism, including better AI, weather systems, and physics, a strong narrative focus with memorable characters and missions, improved multiplayer features building on the success of GTA Online. The $100 price tag. Gaming value. If GTA 6 follows Rockstar's tradition, it could offer hundreds of hours of entertainment between the main story, side activities, and multiplayer. For comparison, GTA 5 retailed at $60 in 2013 and is still actively played today. Many players have spent hundreds of hours in Red Dead Redemption 2, which also launched at $60. If GTA 6 delivers comparable or better quality, the cost per hour of fun could still be low compared to other forms of entertainment. So if you basically what it's saying is that in terms of how much it could be played versus how much it costs, you could still potentially be getting a bargain potentially. Inflation and development costs. Game development costs have skyrocketed, especially for AAA titles with cutting-edge graphics, voice acting, and massive teams. Adjusted for inflation, the sheer scale of GTA 6 $100 might reflect the true cost of such a game in today's market. Too much? While $100 is a lot for a game, it might be worth it if the game launches with minimal bugs and a polished experience. It offers robust single-player and multiplayer modes. It provides long-term updates or expansions without additional costs. Oh, that's important. Don't be nickel and dimed after you pay $100 for a game. Potential downsides. High expectations. At $100, expectations will be sky high. Many major flaws, bugs, or lack of content at launch could make players feel shortchanged. Regional pricing. $100 might be prohibitive in some regions, even if it feels fair in others. Rockstar may need to consider localized pricing to make the game accessible. Verdict. Ooh, what's the verdict? If Rockstar delivers a game that matches or exceeds the depth, polish, and longevity of their past titles, $100 could be justified for the value it provides. However, it's a big ask, and players will need to weigh their trust in Rockstar against their own game budgets. For those who feel $100 is steep, waiting for a sale or reviews might be the best move. What do you think? Would you pay $100 if GTA 6 is a groundbreaking, as we hope? That's me what I think. Well, I'll upset a little bit. The ChatGPT made a joke. It was okay. It was fun, but not as good as the OG games. I've never paid 80 quid for a game in my life, and I ain't gonna start now. You know what? There was a system, and in fact, I might have to ask ChatGPT this, but there was a system back in the day called the Neo Geo. Alan, I know you're old enough to remember the Neo Geo. You might not have had one. I never had one. And if you didn't have one, no shame. Not a lot of people did, because Neo Geo was an expensive console. Like the Neo Geo, I think the machine at the time was about £200 or something like that. But the games for it were like 100, £150. And this is going back to like the 90s, like maybe mid 90s. So I'm just saying, £100 in the 90s was probably like the equivalent of I don't know, £200 now or something or whatever. But the point I'm making is that it's not the first time games were expensive. So, but let's see here. I'm going to answer this question that ChatGPT asked me, and then I'm going to ask ChatGPT about Neo Geo. Perfect. And then some. Also, do you remember the Neo Geo? Can you tell me, please, when it launched? When it launched, what was the price of the console in GBP, and did the games cost 80 to £150, as I think I remember they did? $100 for games is not a new thing. Oh no, for sure. The Neo Geo is a fascinating piece of gaming history. Here's what I found about its launch and pricing. Neo Geo launch details: release date. The Neo Geo AES Advanced Entertainment System launched in 1990 in Japan and later in North America and Europe. It was a home console version of SNK's arcade hardware designed to bring the arcade experience into homes. Pricing. Console pricing GBP at launch. The Neo Geo AES was incredibly expensive compared to other consoles, while the exact UK price is hard to pin down due to inflation. The regional differences cost around £400 to £600 at the time, approximately 650 to 700 US dollars. This was significantly higher than competitors like Sega, Mega Drive, or Super Nintendo. Can I buy your draw? No. Game prices, you're absolutely correct. Neo Geo games were very expensive, costing between £80 and £150. So yeah, games were expensive back then as well. The reason for this was the use of large ROM cartridges, which contains the same arcade quality hardware as the original arcade cabinets. This made the games premium in both quality and price. Why so expensive arcade quality? Oh, this is, yeah, I remember it. Come down to head though. If you adjust for inflation, the Neo Geo would cost well over £1,000 today, and its games would be the equivalent to paying £200 to £400 per game. This makes a rumored $100 price tag for GTA 6 seem much more reasonable by comparison. The Neo Geo was legendary, but very much a niche product due to its price. Do you have any specific memories of playing the Neo Geo games or seeing it in action? No, it was too expensive for me at the time, but I did get to play some of the games when they got re-released on other consoles for a lot cheaper. I'm sure, Earthshake. I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, RKO. I actually got WWE on in the background. You can't hear it, but I do have it on. But yeah, like for me, yeah. I like I said, I would pay that for GTA 6. I wouldn't pay it for most other games. In fact, pretty much any other game, I don't think I'd pay that much more, pay much for it. But GTA 6, GTA 6, I think I would, but it's not coming to PC on release, and I'd rather wait till it's on PC. And hopefully by the time it's on PC, it's not going to be $100 anymore. But I ain't gonna lie, I think it'd be worth it. I actually do think it'd be worth it. I don't know, Lucha Libre. Is that like a wrestling style? So it's a Mexican wrestling style. Oh, CM Punk loves Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna wait till GTA 6 is on offer, then buy it. I think. I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. At the end of the day, it's like you got to do what is in your budget, right? And £80 is a lot of money. Like real talk. I mean, no matter which way you cut it, £80 is a lot of money, and for a video game, it's a lot. Even if the game is worth it, it's a lot, right? So yeah, I ain't even mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Just wait till it's cheaper. I think I got GTA. No, I got GTA 5 when it was on PC, and I think when I got it, it had already been out for, because it came on consoles. I think it came on PC about a year later, and then I think I got it about a year or two after that. So I think when I got GTA 5, it was maybe like 2 or 3 years after it was initial released. But I do remember I got it on sale. I got it on sale for like 20 quid or something, £25. I can't remember now, but I bought it on Steam, got it on sale. In fact, I've got GTA 4. I've been playing that recently. I haven't played it for a little bit now, but I've been working my way through GTA 4, which I'm really enjoying actually. So hopefully I can get through GTA 4 before GTA 6 is released. I would rather spend £80 on food for the family than on a game. Sorry, you can't eat this month. I'm playing GTA 6, innit? You can't eat. We're not eating this month. I'm playing GTA 6. It's not just a game, actually. It represents real life. Well, you know, if you start saving now, right? Because if you think about it, like they're practically giving you a heads up, saying, "Hey, this game could be expensive." So if you start saving now, like if you start putting away, I don't know, like £5 a month now, or however much you could afford. Let's say you could, if you could put away £5 a month, how long would it take you to get to £80? Let's see. 80 divided by 5. 16 months. 16 months. So that's 1 year and 4 months, right? On £5 a month. I think GTA 6 would probably be out in about a year and 4 months. I think that sounds about right. You know what I mean? I know they haven't given a release date, but 1 year and 4 months is probably about right, if not later than that. So yeah, if you start saving £5 a month now, if from today you say to yourself, I'm going to save £5 per month, I'm going to put away £5 every month, and then by the time GTA 6 comes out, you'd have £80 to just buy the game on release. I mean, that's not a bad idea, right? It's meant to be released this year. Oh, this year. Okay, you might need to save more than £5 a month then. You might need more than that. Yo, what up, Brex? Brex Bivvy, no place to Bivvy. How was Yivy? Actually, it represents real life. Save $1 every day and you will have it. Well, let's see if it comes out this year. Okay, so we've gone through January, so we've got 11 months left. 80 divided by 11. So you need £7.27. If you can put away £7.27, then by December you would have £80 and you could buy GTA 6 in December. If it comes out this year, you better buy it by December. But you have to start now because we've already gone through January, so you can't save for January. It's too late for that. But if you take the remaining 11 months and put £7.27 aside by December, you'd have enough for a GTA 6. So I'm just trying to give you financial. I'm just giving you some good financial advice here. Save just £80 a day. Shake for the big bucks. Fine, I guess, anyway. So, Brax, what's your opinion on GTA 6 potentially costing $100? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's not worth it? If so, if you think it's worth it, why do you think it's worth it? If you don't think it's worth it, why don't you think it's worth it? But do you have an opinion on GTA 6 potentially costing $100 US? It's big worth if you can sell it double the price. Well, you probably can't unless there's a shortage. If there's a shortage of GT, actually no, there wouldn't be because it'd be released digitally most likely. But if there's like a physical copy release and there's a shortage of physical copies and the physical copies are like, you know, people that really want them, so to the point where they become considered like collector's items, then yeah, that's a possibility. So yeah, I'm just saying, it's possible. It's possible. Oh, they're just dragging each other. You can't see what I'm watching, but I'm not that bothered about GTA, to be honest. Turn tech term. Tech tech. Oh, what's that? Tech tech. You're not that bothered about GTA 6 to put away £7.27. Come on now, Alan. Come on now, Alan. What do you have to give up to be able to put away £7.27? Like, what do you do every month or most months where if you were to save £7.27, you won't be able to do that thing? Like, what are you giving up to save £7.27? And why is it not worth giving up that thing in order to have GTA 6 by December? That's what I want to know. Because you can save £7.27, but I'm guessing there's like maybe I mean you smoke, right, Alan? So you have to if you gave up smoking, how many cigarettes do you smoke a day? Actually, let me ask you that. Because if you gave up smoking, you could probably easily save £7.27 a month. Matter of fact, if you gave up smoking, you could probably save that much a day. But depends. I don't know. How much do you smoke? What's your typical daily rates on cigarettes? So how many do you normally go through a day? We're gonna try and save Alan some money, but I want to know how much he smokes a day, and then we can figure out how much money we can get him to save. It ain't shit. $100 for a damn game. Someone will have a better chance at winning $100 at a casino. So that's a no from Braxton then. It's just earth shaking out. I think it might be worth it then. That's 2 beers and a Cornish pasty. Okay, so if you don't have 2 beers and a Cornish pasty, you can save £7.27 a day. That means no more 2 beers and a Cornish pasty for the next 11 months, right? All you have to do is give up 2 beers and Cornish pasties for the next 11 months. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Give up 2 beers and a Cornish pasty for the next 11 months, and you can save. Matter of fact, you don't even have to do it give that up all the time, because I mean, how often do you have 2 beers and a Cornish pasty? Like, what, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week? But you only have to give it up one of those times to save this £7.27, and then put that away for the month. And then next month, you know, you could give up another one of your Cornish pasties and 2 beers. And then next month, you give up another one and do that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I'm giving you some good advice here. I mean, I'm kind of joking a little bit, but I'm also not. I mean, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. What I mean by that is that a lot of times when we have money problems, right? And especially like us, people with not much money. Like a lot of times there are things in your life where you could adjust and be like, okay, I don't have to have, 2 beers every day or, whatever. You could do like, I don't know. Well, I don't drink beers at all, so that's already given up for me. But you know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to do it all the time. You can give up part of it and be like, with the money that you save from not doing it as much, you can put it aside, put it into a savings account, things like that. Or like, yeah, things like smoking is a big one as well. Like you can maybe, okay, instead of smoking, I don't know, 10 cigarettes a day, maybe cut down to 5 or whatever, or cut down to 1 or 2 a day or something like that. Or if you're already smoking 1 or 2 a day, maybe cut down to 1 every couple of days, but you can cut down on certain things, not necessarily give them up completely, but you can cut down on certain things, which helps you save a little bit of money in certain places. And with the money that you save, yeah, you can put it into a savings account. And with a savings account, it starts to accrue interest, right? So you get like a percentage added to what you have in there. And it's not going to be a big amount of money for £7. Yeah, you're not going to get a massive interest. I honestly, it's going to be pennies, but still, it's something, right? It's something that you put in there that you get a little something for. So I'm just saying that. Yeah, excuse me. I'm just saying that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can do as people who don't have all the money in the world, and people who do have to kind of watch your expenses and be careful about what you're spending your money on. And there's places where oftentimes you can be like, okay, you don't necessarily have to cut things out, but you maybe could cut things down and use the money to, I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you're going to go buy GTA 6. I mean, that's that bit I'm kind of playing around with, but you could put the money aside, put it into a savings account, and then just have that be in a habit of putting money into a savings account every month, and then that just accrues interest. And yeah, it's not about buying a GTA 6 or buying any game. It's just being in the habit of putting money aside. And I'm not saying by the way, I'm not saying you don't do this already, Alan. I don't mean to single you out or anything like that, because I don't know what you're doing with your money, but so I don't mean to sound like I'm singling you out. But I'm just saying in general, there's things that we can do as people. There's things we can do to kind of adjust things and put a little money aside, and then have that in a place where it could just accrue interest, and then you maybe just don't touch it for a while, and then before you know it, you've got a decent amount of money in there. And if something happens where you might need, if something happens there like an emergency, you got like a pot that you can just kind of draw from, but I just think it's something that all of us, whether you're rich or you're poor, it's just good for all of us to be in a habit of watching your finances, saving your money. Have your fun, of course. I ain't saying that, have your fun, hang out with your friends, do the things you enjoy, but put some money aside for for your savings, for your pension, things like that. Stocks is a good one as well. Stocks is good for long-term investment. But yeah, there's all kinds of things you could do to make these adjustments. But anyway, I don't mean to single it out, and sorry, my bad. Hopefully you are saving money already, though. Hopefully you are saving money already. If you're not, then you should be. I've given up eating chocolate, so that's a start. Oh, that's a good start. That's a good start, but I wouldn't give up eating chocolate. Or actually, I'll say I wouldn't give it up, but maybe just cut it down, because chocolate's good. I like chocolate. I don't care what nobody says. Chocolate's healthy. I don't care what nobody says. Chocolate is good for you. It's good for your taste buds. So maybe don't eat a lot of chocolate though, but you can have a little bit every now and then. It's actually worth something, as if the game itself was made to be worth playing, make it worth buying. Well, hopefully that they do, right? Hopefully, I mean, Rockstar have a pretty good track record with their games. Not just with GTA, of course, but Grand Theft Auto and some other games they've made. Rockstar, they haven't put out a game for a long time now, but there was a point in the history where Rockstar were dropping gems on the daily, just about. So they have a really good track record with games. So to me, I feel like, I mean, and again, I could be wrong, but I personally feel like the $100 for GTA 6 is likely to be a bargain in the sense that what that game could do for the single player, for the multiplayer. My guess is that the people making this game, and I know it's not the same team behind the previous JC games. A lot of guys are left. I get that, so it's likely to be a very different feel to previous GCA games. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. But in my opinion, based on what I've seen, based on a little that I know of the game, and just based on Rockstar's history, I personally feel like the $100 would be a bargain for that game. But yeah, it is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So I ain't mad at nobody saying, "Hey, look, that's just too much for me. I'd rather wait." Yeah, man. GTA. If anything, it's worth $44 to $55 in reality. Well, that's lower than most AAA games now. Like I think most AAA games now about $70, so that's even lower than that. I don't know. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's got to be worth more than that at least. But yeah, I think one of the problems with the gaming industry, and also similar with the movie industry and the music industry, is that the price of the production doesn't change much, right? So, for example, I mean, they went up recently to 70 from 60, right? In America, some $60 from $70 in sort of recent years with this generation. But other than that, they don't really change much. Yet the price that the cost of making games is expensive. Like games get more and more expensive to make because gamers have big demands. They have big expectations. They want the latest graphics. They want, the latest technology. They want, the high end voice actors. They want all these things, and it's expensive. Like games are expensive. And it's similar with movies. Like movies get really expensive when you're talking about making, the high end big budget movies. But you can watch the Avengers, which cost like, I don't know, $300 million to make or whatever, go to the cinema and pay the same price to watch the Avengers as you would to watch, a low budget indie film that was made in somebody's bedroom. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how that works. And when you think about it, that's really an off pricing model. And similar with music, like you could put an album together and have all the instruments and the orchestras and everything that you got to do, the production, the mixing, blah, 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 and spend hundreds of thousands and millions even on producing an album. And yet that album will sell for the same price as an album that maybe costs 20 quid to make on somebody's computer or something, like that's the kind of state of the industry. And when you think about it, that's not really sustainable, right? It's not really sustainable. Like if our expectations as gamers were more reasonable in the sense that we're not demanding the biggest graphics, the latest graphics, the latest this, the highest end, if we weren't so demanding of all these things, then it'd be easier to have games stay at a lower price. But let's keep it real. Like gamers want more. And I ain't gonna pretend like I don't. I mean, I generally don't play a lot of the new games that Alan knows already. Like I barely play $5 for a game these days, and that means I mostly play older games or indie games and things like that. But gamers want more, and I'm one of those. Like I want to see big graphics too and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is that that cost has to be covered. That cost has to be covered, and there has to be a point where you either accept that you're going to get either half-baked trash or games are going to have to cost more. But you can't have both. You can't have high-end quality at a low price. Like it just doesn't work. Like it's not sustainable in a long term. And that's one of the reasons why you have things like microtransactions and you know, what you call it, the DLCs and season passes and, you know, all these things that they do to try and get more money out of you, because games are expensive to make. You know, think about the fact that you can buy a game for, I don't know, let's say right now you can buy a game for $70, all right? But then you get into the microtransactions and then you're buying, you know, an armor, like an armor skin or whatever, and that armor is like $5 or $6 or something like that. So wait a minute, how is a piece of content worth you know, about a sixth of what that game costs? That doesn't make any sense. It's not, but it has to be that much because they need to make. They're trying to recoup their money on what the game actually costs to make. So like, we're either going to get more microtransactions, more nickel and diamond in terms of like, you know, dripping DLC, season content, season pass, season this, you know, get this get this ski mask if you pre-order with this bonus, get this package if you know, all that Ubisoft nonsense where they do all the you know, extra package, special edition, limited edition. Get the sword if you buy this, you know, or and that costs like $20 more, £20 more. You either gonna have to put up with more of that, yeah. You either have to put up with more of that, or just say, you know what, pay $100 and you just get everything. Pay $100, you get all the content, and it's there, and it's just done. You know what I mean? Like, personally, I'd rather be that, because then it's just simple and it's easy and you know what you're getting, and everybody's getting the same experience. Because as it is now, you might get a different experience if you buy from this place and a different experience if you buy from that place, because this has the exclusive, you know, mask or whatever, and that has the exclusive chest, and this has the bonus that comes with, you know, it's mad these days. It's mad. So yeah, honestly, like, I feel like that you can't have it all. You can't have it all. Like, you have to accept that we're going to get more nickel and diamond, or games are just going to have to cost more, you know. But either that or accept that you just, games have to get worse. The quality of games has to drop down. Now, I don't have a massive problem with the quality of games dropping down in sense of graphical quality. Of course, gameplay quality shouldn't have to suffer for no reason, of course. But if graphical quality coming down, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's probably a good idea for some of the big publishers to focus on smaller games and not so much the big stuff all the time, because that's clearly not really working either. But as gamers, yeah, you have to accept that either games are going to be more expensive, or you're going to get lower quality. You're not going to get the graphics you want, or you're not going to get the length of the game you want, or you're going to have to pull up with being nickel and dimed. You have to buy this version from there, that version from there to get all the pieces. You have to pay this for the season pass, pay that for the exclusive downloadable content, pay this for the extra, you know. Either put up with that, or be like, you know what, just let them cost more, $100, and it's done. But for me, I'm gonna stick to my cheap games, because then hey, I ain't got money like that. This is the reason why I play one of the reasons why I play cheaper games these days, because I ain't got money like that. I mean, I understand why games cost so much. I understand why these things take place, and I understand the business behind it, and the reason why, you know, we have all this microtransactions and everything else. I understand why, but bro, man, I ain't got money like that. I'm sure let me just stick to my cheap games, my cheap indie games. I don't know, but RDR was another game of my type. Did you like it? I did like Red Dead Redemption, actually. I did. Well, if you mean Red Dead Redemption, I never played Red Dead Revolver. I only played Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, and I liked them both, but I've not played Revolver, so I can't talk on that. Just my opinion and view anyway. I'd buy it for someone else, not for me, most likely. I'd have to really think about it. You could buy it for somebody else and then forget to give it to them. I remember back in the day when you had to complete the game first to unlock the extra content and bonus items. Oh yeah. You had to complete the game, and as a rewards you get like an extra this, extra that. That was cool. These days, yeah, not so much. Give us an extra 30 quid and it's like you get us one level. Buy the season pass and we'll give you 3 levels over the course of the year. They only give you 2 and then they just quit. All right, well, that sucks. But anyway, I'm not mad at GTA 6 potentially costing $100. It's not confirmed. Yeah, I know. So potentially, I'm not mad at that, but Ubisoft, there's no way you could try and charge $100 for your games. You can't. EA, no, don't even bother. Don't even bother. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. But anyway. Guys, it's getting late. It's about that time. Need to start winding down. It's all about buying DLC now. No, indeed. Remember, we used to have, I mean, DLC, to be fair, isn't technically new either, because back in the day, we used to have expansion packs. But expansion packs weren't really the thing. Like, it was more like a game would be made, and then once it's out, they might be like, okay, let's make an expansion pack with this same game engine, and they'll put it out, and it'd be, you know, like 10 quid or whatever it costs at the time. I don't remember. But yeah, these days, it's like the DLC is pretty much planned as a way of making extra money at the game. And the DLCs are, I mean, I guess they vary. Some are decent, but yeah, others are just not worth it. Waste of time. But anyway, guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for keeping it lively. I might not be live streaming next week. Just so you know, I might not be live streaming next week. Meeting up with an old school friend next week, inshallah. So doing that might take up my evening. So possibly no live stream next week. I should hopefully still be able to watch that damn movie trying to get me to watch though, and maybe put up a reaction video for that. Well, I don't know if it'll be up next week though. It might be a little bit later than that. We'll kind of see how it goes, but I should be able to record it next week at least. Or maybe even this week. Might see how it goes. But yeah, possibly no live stream next week. Around the mid to late 90s, when ordering pizza from Papa John's, the person got a container of spaghetti and the demo game disc, or the real game. Oh yeah. I remember those demo games. We used to get them on the magazines as well. Those demo discs. Yeah, good times, man. Good times. Ain't like that no more though. All right, guys. Till whenever, if ever. Peace.